I'm Hailey.
I'm Sean.
And welcome to Hailey Hates Everything.
I pick a surprise topic.
And I get high and opinionated so we can discuss it together.
So grab a snack and hang out with us for
Hailey Hates Everything. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your hostess with the mostess, Hailey, and not too far to my right is your friend Sean.
Hello.
How you doing, Sean?
Doing pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we have a pretty great show, even though it is a mini episode. It's a shorter one, but it's still chock full of excitement.
Oh.
So don't go anywhere. I want you to hang around, hang out with us for however long this ends up being. We don't know. Before we get on to other stuff, I want to wrap up fanny packs. That was our last episode. If you missed it, go back. I talked about how much I hate fanny packs. It's a very controversial subject, fanny packs.
Indeed.
We knew that going in. We knew. I have a lot of unpopular opinions when it comes to things that are trendy right now. Like leggings aren't pants. Okay? Leggings are a layer. They're an accessory. They're not pants. But that's a very controversial statement.
Some ladies want to show off their butt crack.
Well, yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, we saw a lady walking around when we went to our chiropractor appointment. Yeah, the tightest leggings and so thin. Like, it's just all of your anatomy. It's right there. I don't need to see it. You know, like, have a shirt that goes to mid-thigh to cover some things. Okay? It's just simple. It looks better that way. Anyway, very controversial. But I hate fanny packs also. And so Summer reached out.
Oh, yeah.
And she was very adamant that fanny packs have a practical application in that they are great for dog walking. That's what she uses. Saves her every time. She loves it. That's fine.
I think we even brought that up specifically.
We did bring that up. That was the other thing. Like, listen to the podcast first before you get on me about stuff.
Utilitarian.
Yeah, no, I
bags.
totally get it. That's completely. In fact, if you think it looks good and you like to wear it because you think it's special, that's valid too. This is just my opinion, you guys. But please listen to the podcast before you're like, hey, these things are good. These are useful. I like them. I love that for you.
I don't know. I still don't like the ones that like choke you between like when you wear them as a crossbody.
Yeah,
and it's
Sean
just like really
those.
tight and like just chokes you.
It's like some kind of harness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want one of those.
Oh God.
Pretty much any of them on the market could be one of that to you because we are plus size people, so they fit a little different. It's the only way you can wear them, really. They don't fit around the waist. Just wear it as a choker.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love you, Summer, and I know you wear it for dog walking. I think that's wonderful, and I'm glad that it's useful to you. But I did talk about that on the podcast. So I just want to say, we try to be well-rounded. We try to think of other perspectives. But I did have the lovely Sarah B. also reach out. She said a friend of hers got the hairy belly fanny pack as a gag gift.
Yeah.
She received it as a gag gift, but they went on vacation to Mexico, and her friend actually wore it as a fanny pack for 3 days of their vacation.
Oh, my God.
And I honestly, I wouldn't allow it. I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, no, that's not okay. I mean, I guess I'm glad it's not something that just went directly into the garbage, that it was useful, but like paint over it or something. Get some duct tape. You can't just,
Way to represent the U.S.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wear it to the Eiffel Tower next time.
Oh gosh. I'm sure people do. I'm sure they do. They just laugh, yucking it up with their Coors Light and in Paris. Drinking a Coors Light, eating a dry hot dog with their hairy belly fanny pack. I have relatives like that. That's all I got on fanny packs. That was a good wrap up. I really appreciate people reaching out. I want to hear your opinion. And I don't have to say your name on air. I should have asked Summer if I could say your name on air. But I do want your opinions. Whether that you agree with me, I love that. But if you don't, like, I'd love to hear your perspective. And again, like, we try to be well-rounded here on the podcast and talk about all those different things. So you said you had something you wanted to throw at me.
Yeah, so I got a mini hate, and this one's kind of like near and dear to me, but you really hate it.
Oh, okay.
And, I mean, it's one of my favorite things. I do as much
peanut
as possible.
Butter? I like peanut butter.
No, not peanut butter. It's, just laying down before getting ready to bed, or just laying down whenever.
Oh, that fucking shit.
Just laying down in bed.
Yeah.
Whenever. Even if it's for a minute.
Well, the worst is when you lay down before you're supposed to go get ready for bed. When we finally made our way to the back of the house, the dogs have gone out. We're getting them situated because Dobby has to go under the blankets or he will dig his way there. When you know, you gotta go get ready for bed. You gotta brush your teeth, wash your face, do your skincare routine, use the bathroom, whatever the hell else you're doing. You come in here and you lay down on the bed, you stretch out and you're like, that feels good. When you know you have to get up, you're gonna have to get right back up and go get ready for bed. So I don't see the point in getting comfy when it's not time to get comfy yet. You still have to get up. Because I'm sorry, but once I'm down, I'm down.
See, I don't mind getting back up.
Why?
I love laying down.
What's wrong with you that you don't mind getting back up?
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I'd rather, even lay down for 30 seconds and then get up and go do something than not lay down at all.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one of those church ceremonies? It's like you're standing, you're sitting down. You're standing, you're sitting down. You like that?
This is laying down in a bed. It's much better.
Well, yeah. By default, yes, it is. I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with it.
It's not quite to that extreme, but like when I was working in an office and everything, man, my favorite thing, especially when we had the air conditioner that was in the bedroom, like the window one or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'd get home from work, take my socks and my pants off.
What?
Jump in bed and just kind of waller around in the cold
you
covers.
You did not know me when you did this.
Sure I did.
No. Are you serious? I'm flabbergasted. You've done this behind my back.
It's just laying down.
No, it's not. You're still half in your day clothes with your sweaty body from the whole day rolling around in clean sheet.
On top of the comforter. I mean, it's...
On top of the comforter?
It's just my legs. They didn't get all sweaty.
Yeah, they did. So you would just immediately... I mean, I understand why it would feel good. I understand why you would want to. I just think it's like the lazy man's way of existing. Why wouldn't you get comfortable and then relax? Wind down, wash your face, take a shower, whatever, grab a snack, get a drink, use the bathroom, whatever you gotta do. Put on some nice clothes or, wear what you want. I don't care. And then lounge and relax. Prop your feet up. Read a book. Why would you come home, stomp to the room, take off your clothes, and then waller around on your bed? That just seems...
Because it's great.
I don't
feel like it helps transition your mind and body out away from work and into...
It's just the way. It's the way that you do it. I don't like it. I don't condone that sort of primal behavior.
I guess the other thing is right there, I use the word wallering because it's something that Hailey says. And, I don't know if I've ever really much said wallering.
No, this is the first time. And I was like, he gets it finally. He knows what a good waller is. He used it correctly. Because usually when I say waller, you're like, huh? And I'm like, wallering. And I do the movement where you're wallering. Y'all know what a waller
I don't
is.
know. I guess maybe it's just Yankees don't hear it that much or whatever. I don't know. I'm always like, oh man, I don't hear that word much ever. Like
Well, you always
in
seem,
conversations or anything, I don't hear wallering.
with me, you do. But every time I say it, you act like you have no clue what I'm talking about. And I'm like, wallerin'. It's pretty basic.
I think you said a Taurus loves a waller.
A Taurus does love a waller. I will say that. I mean, I understand the desire for a good waller. But don't just be stomping in, coming home, and rolling around in your outside clothes that you've had on all day. You need to keep your sacred sleep spaces sacred. I don't like to wear shoes from the outside in this room.
Yeah.
I don't even really like it in the house, but it's like I don't find it super practical to have my shoes at the front door because I have like a lot of shoes.
And that's where my shoes are, at the front door.
Yeah, so your shoes at the front door. But, if it was a shoeless house, I'd be fine with that. I don't like them in the bedroom or in my bathroom. Shoes from the outside.
We're a house shoe household.
Yeah, serious about my house shoes. I always wear my house shoes. Don't go nowhere without my house shoes in the house. But I do have an outside pair of house shoes, so they look exactly like my current house shoes, but they're the ones I wear outside. Like if I'm on the sidewalk, if I'm in the driveway, if I have to go in the yard for something, not to waller, then I'll wear my outside house shoes. But then I change back into my inside house shoes once I'm inside. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I think it makes perfect sense. Listen to it again if you didn't understand it, because it made sense to me.
Well, in any case, yeah. I like a nice cold bed waller.
I mean, I get it, but just clean yourself first. That's all. If you were fresh from the shower, waller away. Waller away. Peel back the comforter, get in those cold sheets, have a good waller. Dry, not wet. Don't get the sheets wet. It takes forever to dry. Yeah, have a good waller, but not in your dirty clothes. That's all. All right, Sean. It's that time.
Nom nom nom.
Well, last mini episode, Sean presented me with these McDonald's menu hacks. Hate saying that word. In which you order some things off the menu at McDonald's and you slam them together and put them in your mouth. Now,
Like a Slimer would.
like a Slimer would, exactly. That was the whole thing. So we asked you, all of you, to vote for which one I should try. And you voted, and we are going to eat that. In fact, at this point when we're recording, we've already tried it and given our opinions on our Instagram. So here's what happened. Yay, we're live.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? We are going to try the McDonald's abomination sandwich. So on our last mini episode, we talked about being a Slimer.
Yeah.
And you showed me all of these awful Frankenstein sandwiches from McDonald's in which you order one or two or five things from the menu. And
You say it's awful.
You slam it together, yeah, and shove it in your mouth hole. And it's supposed to be some kind of delight.
Menu hack.
A menu hack.
Hashtag menu
No,
hack.
please don't. Please don't.
Hashtag please don't.
Hashtag I'm happy I'm high. So we had all of you vote for what I should try off the menu. I volunteered to distribute. I said I was going to try it and give my opinion. I'm not someone who eats fast food. Not usually anyway. We did try In-N-Out on our trip. That was the first time we had In-N-Out. I liked the grilled onions that gave it the White Castle-y flavor.
Yeah, those are
Like
tasty.
that. The fries, good God, awful. So that's my opinion on In-N-Out. But anyway, we had you vote. You all voted on the Crunchy McDouble.
Yes.
Which is what I called the Are You 6 Years Old sandwich.
So this is, you get a McDouble cheeseburger, which is just a double cheeseburger, what they call
You
McDouble.
can show them.
Yes. And then you get the chicken McNuggets.
And
And then you put the barbecue sauce in there.
Oh,
And-
that was part of the sandwich.
It was the barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Yes. And I actually had looked up to see if any of these went back in time. I found a 2013 article.
Wait, what do you mean? Like a
like
time-traveling
No,
sandwich?
no, just like how,
Okay.
if these existed in the
Oh, okay. I thought
previously.
you meant one of these is a time travel device. And if you bite it, you're going to go back in time. And I was like, what the fuck? How do they know? How did they manage that? And do we have that sandwich?
But I found a 2013 article, and they did have the McLand Air and Sea in that.
What?
Yes.
What?
Which is the, I think it was the Big Mac, the McChicken, and the filet of fish all together.
That's the one I did not want to do.
In one abomination there.
So thank you for not
They
voting for
didn't
that.
have this Crunchy McDouble one, and I think they came up with this one because the previous option was a McDouble cheeseburger and a McChicken, and it was called a McGangbang. So I think they came up with this one with the chicken McNuggets because everybody else would have known it as the McGangbang.
Why did they call it that?
I don't know.
Because there
mean,
wasn't nugget. There wasn't
McDonald's
a bunch of
didn't
nuggets.
call it that. No.
Well, I don't put it past them, but oh my god,
Yeah.
that's an awful name for a sandwich.
That was the name for it. So
unless you're into that, then
we're gonna try.
Okay, we're gonna try it. I got the one that had less sauce because that's a mess. And also shout out to the Hungry Goth that we did talk, not talk to, but we saw talk about trying these things. And unlike the Hungry Goth, I didn't wear a long-wear lipstick or just plain old lipstick or lip gloss. I actually just have a lip stain on, so it shouldn't get on the sandwich.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. This looks gross, by the way.
Looks great.
There's like no flavor.
Yeah.
Except for the pickle.
That is a little odd.
And
I would have expected more flavor or something.
I feel like the nuggets would need to be thicker and crispier for the pickle to taste good with them. Like a little chicken sandwich, Like a southern chicken sandwich.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I think the McGangbang was the way to go, because it was a full McChicken versus some dry little McNuggets.
I don't understand why they called it that. I don't understand. There's not like multiples of anything in there. Yeah, there's like, here's the thing. Sometimes fast food can be really good. Like, I enjoyed the In-N-Out burger, even though it's not my jam, and I know it's not good for me. But it had a good flavor to it, and a freshness about it. This is like, it's just carbs.
I was kind of jazzed about this because I like, McDouble's fine. I like them McNuggets, at least when I was a kid and everything. But together, they just don't really do it for me.
I mean, if you combined these elements that you made at home yourself, like if you made some kind of chicken patty and a good hamburger, and you had those things to make yourself, like quality things, I feel like it could be good because you'd season it properly, and the elements would be thicker to interact with each other. So try it at home. Make one of these things.
The one that I saw that looked really good, and I think they actually had it as a menu item, at least for a while, was they used to have, you could get a McGriddle, and then they also used to have a Southern McChicken biscuit, which was a different, like, smaller Southern chicken thing in a biscuit,
Just hold it
But you could, menu hack was to get a sausage McGriddle and substitute the Southern chicken. So it was kind of like a chicken and waffles, because it was
You
the
would
McGriddle.
take the sausage off and put the chicken on it?
No, you could actually order a substitution of the Southern chicken in the sausage McGriddle. So it was the McGriddle cakes with the Southern fried chicken
Is the
thing in the middle.
sausage still there, though?
No.
Oh, okay. But the maple syrupiness of the McGriddle cakes.
Yes. So it's kind of like a chicken and waffles.
Okay.
So that sounded good
No,
to me.
I could see how that would be good.
Yeah.
And plus breakfast food is like the best.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, you guys. Well, that was our live trying the abomination sandwich. It was anticlimactic, I think, maybe. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we look forward to doing more stuff like this. Hopping in, saying hi, being high, doing some kind of activity or experiment. I think that would be fun. We hope you enjoyed that. That was us trying the crunchy McDouble, the AKA, are you 6 years old? Sandwich. If you want to see that unfold, you can go to our Instagram, which is Hailey underscore hates underscore everything. And it is right there in our feed. We did a live. It's posted there in the main thing, so you don't have to hunt too much for it at this point. And you can see us talk about it. You can see us try it. You can see us laughing. I did my makeup for you, so go check it out. I hope you enjoy it. It was still a good time. And I do hope that we have some more opportunities to do some little experiments. We can show the people what's happening. We can just do some little things here and there like that. I think that'd be really fun.
And tell the truth. Did you finish it?
I did finish my half. Yeah. Look, by then I was high and I had the munchies. You guys, sometimes I don't get the munchies, but sometimes I do. And I was like, this has no flavor other than a pickle, but I'm going to shove it into my gullet. And that's what I did. And I ate some fries.
And I'm quite thankful, really, honestly, that we didn't have to have the McLand Air and Sea.
No.
That did not look appetizing.
There's no way that would have settled well inside me. I would probably feel like shit for the rest of the week. So thank you guys for not voting for that big giant Frankenstein abomination. As things go, the Crunch McDouble is pretty basic, pretty easy to try.
Yeah.
Still wish you had voted for the breakfast thing, but it was fun. So
I think one of the reviews I read said that McLand Air and Sea was pretty rough because it not only does it have the Big Mac sauce and the mayo from the McChicken, but it has tartar sauce from the fillet of fish.
See,
so you got all of those sauces together,
and I
feel
all the you'd
bread.
Really only taste the fish too out of all of that.
Yeah, I feel like that's true.
It just would not be.
The fish and the tartar sauce are really going to stand out.
Yeah, that's going to be prominent there. Not ideal. Not ideal in any way, shape, or form.
But if you want to try it out and let us know. Things that make you go,
ooh-wee! All right, Sean, what's your ooh-wee?
Well, I think our number one is going to be our awesome trip to Northern California to view the Redwoods.
Indeed. Yes, we've been back for a couple weeks now. We did not get to record anything while we were gone. We thought about it. But let me tell you, 8 hours a day is too long to drive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like 6 hours tops for me. 8 hours is rough. I don't remember it sucking so hard when I moved all the time when I was a kid. Because we'd move across country and drive most of the time. But man, yeah, it was rough. The 8 hours. And I'd say going was the craziest because once we got to the coast of Oregon, it was almost dark, so we didn't get to see a lot of the ocean, which sucks in and of itself. But then there was high wind warnings, and these winds were not playing.
No.
They were pushing so hard, and it was pretty frightening. Then
and the rain.
It started raining, like sheets of rain, hard rain coming down, and then the wind pushing. I thought we were going to have to pull over and just wait it out, which I did not like because we were already behind. But, oh my gosh, then this lightning hit. I'll have to post the video on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
We can explain what happens in the video here. But in the video, I am filming from the passenger seat, the road in front of us, which you can barely see, and how the rain is coming down so hard, and just all of that, just the noise of it and everything, because it was pretty hardcore rain. And then as this car is approaching us from the other lane, it gets close to us, and then this lightning goes off where everything turns white. It's almost as if this car is coming towards us, and then we get stolen by aliens. Like that's what it looks like. It was so bright, and
like the video doesn't even necessarily capture it well enough, because it just felt like everything went white. Yeah,
like everything around us was just engulfed in white, like it just swallowed us up. That whole feeling and the energy of the water and the storm and everything is also present. You have to think about that. Anyway, this light goes off and we are both just stunned. And Sean's trying not to drive off the road. And the wind is pushing and the rain's coming down. And then I go, fuck me. I watched it back later because I forgot that I said that. And it just cracked me up. So I'll have to show you the video because it's pretty nuts. So I'll post that on Instagram after this comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the drive down there was exciting because of the storm. And then we finally got to where we were staying. But the redwoods were worth it. They're absolutely lovely and majestic and regal AF, as the kids might say.
Yeah, we tried to plan for a little bit of downtime on a couple of days or whatever, but we ended up hitting the redwoods every single day.
Yeah, see, I usually am not good with downtime on a vacation. Like, for me, I want to see everything. I want to do everything because I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to come back. Like, I think, what if I died tomorrow? I'm going to want to see everything, not sit around on my butt one day. I want to see everything I can. I want to do all the fun stuff, yada, yada, yada. So it's hard for me to plan in rest days, and I've been trying to be better about that because resting is important. So we did have a couple days planned to rest. But no, we didn't quite make that work. The first rest day was actually a really foggy day. Like, we woke up, it was really foggy. So we had breakfast and we were like, you know what? Fuck rest. We're going to throw on some clothes and we're going to run out into the fog and take pictures and, try to find the fog and see what kind of cool, atmospheric photos we can take, dramatic things we can take. Yeah. We wanted to see the fog in the redwoods, guys. And it is as mystical and wonderful and magical as you think it will be. Abso-freaking-lutely. And essentially that day I've been getting really into costumes, especially like sort of, I don't know, fairy, peasant girl, cottage core, medieval core, hobbit core, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, those kinds of things. There's this great company called Holy Clothing, and they make a lot of cool dresses and skirts and tops and stuff to become whatever kind of character you want to become. And they go up to a size 6X, I think. So it's pretty fantastic. But I've been obsessed with collecting costume pieces because I want to do different photo shoots of me, looking like a friggin' hobbit. So I had a cape that I bought, and it's this wonderful witchy cape. It has a big hood. It's a dark purple color, and it has Celtic embroidery down the sides. I brought it with me because I imagined if we had a rainy day, because it was supposed to rain half the time we were there, maybe it would be foggy, and maybe we could get out there and take some photos of me in this witchy cape, just looking witchy and cool and all that. So that was our rest day. That's what ended up being our rest day. I threw on this cape because I didn't do my makeup or anything. We were like, let's go find the fog. So we took some photos of me in this witchy cape in the foggy woods. And I don't know how the pictures turned out. I haven't looked at them yet. But even if they didn't turn out, I got to play dress up in the woods. And so I'm a happy camper. It was really fun. And I think the cape is pretty great. I felt witchy and cool. I will say there was just a moment where I was a little bit embarrassed on the last trail. We had walked down to the end, and then we saw the old man there who had left his wife in the car.
Oh yeah.
To walk this trail. And then the little nerdy couple was around the corner. Oh. And for a moment I was embarrassed. Like, I am a 40-something-year-old woman with no makeup on and a long ass cape in the woods just fucking around in the rain. But I saw that, I think they would understand. They looked kind of like a LARPing couple, if you know what I mean. And I thought they would get it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too. And the old man, he doesn't care. He's worrying about death. So
back in his day, they wore capes.
Yeah. Cape is cool. So I had a good time is what I'm trying to say. And I didn't think too much about things I would normally think about.
Good.
Yeah. Oh my God, can we just talk about the silence for a moment?
Yeah.
It was so silent. It was wonderful. I tried to describe it to someone. Like, it was a heavier silence. It was like a hug. Like, you could stand there in the middle of the forest and close your eyes, and it felt like a warm hug. Not
Yeah.
anything too restricting or aggressive, just a very soft, warm hug. And it was wonderful.
Yeah, I really expected there to be more like bird sounds and stuff, but I guess maybe, I don't know, it wasn't the right time of year or something. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I thought in that grove, that was at the Lady Bird Johnson Grove in Prairie Creek Redwood State Park
I
or
believe so, yeah.
Redwood National Park. There's all these different parks right next to each other. So if you look up Lady Bird Johnson Grove, you're going to see it. But I think it was kind of high up there.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know where the birds went, to be
I know at
honest.
one point I heard some eagles and some flying around up above,
Oh,
but
that's
that
right.
was,
Yeah, yeah. It was very, very quiet there.
yeah.
Way more quiet than I thought it would be. We went to the Cheatham Grove in Grizzly Creek Redwoods State Park. That is a grove
That was great.
where some scenes from Return of the Jedi was filmed. That one is relatively flat compared to other ones that we were on, other trails we were on. And the birds were very active there. That
Yeah.
was a lot of like birds way high up, and you could hear this river rushing past, and that silence, like for me there, I could close my eyes and I just felt like all of the energy. It was almost like you were floating in the air and there was just stuff all around you. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean?
yeah,
When
yeah.
you kind of closed your eyes and felt the energy and stuff. It was just like you were floating and everything around you was alive and moving, and that was really cool.
But
I loved it.
yeah, it really felt like being an indoor. That one kind of more than anything else, just because I guess I mean it had scenes from Endor, like of from the speeder bike chase and stuff like that, where it's just sort of like the giant trees and it's more flat with the underbrush and stuff, and it definitely felt like there could be Ewoks around.
I did expect an Ewok to jump out at any moment. And I believe I poked you with a stick and did the little thing where he's like, ah, eat that, ah, hey.
Yeah,
I forget what he says. That's my Ewok impression. It was really, really cool. I mean, I've wanted to go to indoor since I was 8. So
yeah.
it was fantastic. But there are also these little pockets, these little clearings in this wood that where the sunlight would come streaming
Mm,
through, and there would be, a fallen trunk, and the floor of the forest would be covered in moss and clover, and this light would be shining through, and there'd just be this small tree lit from the back, and you could picture elves or fairies or any kind of little magical creature like that, a fucking unicorn just
mm,
like
yeah.
appearing out of the mist and sitting there. I imagined just a fox, even a fox curled up sitting there, and maybe a little gnome riding his back, David the gnome. It was just there were these pockets of these very magical, mystical looking tableaus mixed with, the Star Wars of it all, the indoor and the Jurassic part of it, where you could picture dinosaurs and these tall ass trees. And yeah, it's just definitely a place you should go if you ever get the chance to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally worth it.
Ooh, Fern Canyon, another
Yeah,
fun thing.
yeah, that was pretty amazing.
So Fern Canyon, you can do a 5-mile hike to get there, or you can drive down this road that's 6 miles.
Yeah, yeah, because I think it's 8 miles total.
Okay, so 6 miles is the road. It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
You get to the ranger shack, you pay, and then the other 2 miles, child, hold on to your hat. I hope you want pee pee because it is bumpy, bumpy, bumpy,
Yeah.
bumpy.
We recorded it. We'll have to put it onto YouTube.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I still got to work on videos and photos and all that crap. But yes, this bumpy ass road for 2 miles. It's pretty intense. You also have to cross a river. It was a foot high when we went across it, and then you finally get to the parking lot. Then you have to walk down this sort of muddy path. Not too far, just when you're like, okay, how much longer do we have to go to get to this place? You turn a corner and you see the opening of the canyon. Now, this canyon was in Jurassic Park 2. It has up to 30-foot high walls in some places, covered with ferns, clovers. I think there's 7 different kinds of ferns growing on the walls. There's these mossy areas where the water runs down. Most of it is well, in places it's very filled with water. It just has different levels of depth.
Yeah.
But, pretty much all of it has water trickling through. And after it rains, it fills up more. So definitely take some kind of shoe covers to keep you dry.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful time walking through the canyon. We didn't do the loop trail. We walked as far as we wanted to in the canyon, which was till all these trees had fallen in. And then we turned around and went back. Took pictures, just sat and listened. It was really great. I'm really glad we went, and it was beautiful. Like, all of the ferns and all of those textures on the walls are just so lovely. But again, we were the only people who had the proper footwear, I feel, personally.
Well, and we both have waterproof hiking shoes, but that wouldn't have been enough.
No. So where we were staying, the people who own the rental place, they gave us these shoe covers, and they're like foot and leg condoms that go up to like half your calf or something. To walk in, and we were super prepared. Everybody else had on
Yeah.
like canvas sneakers or sandals or not waterproof shoes.
Yeah, so
Nobody else was that prepared.
you're either going to get your feet really wet, or you're going to be one of these crazy people trying to like balance beam across logs.
What about the people who just took their shoes off and they're
Yeah.
walking on all of these rocks and branches and with no shoes? That was a little too crazy for me because there's a lot of rocks and you could get splinters. There's a lot happening. And it was cold, y'all. It was real cold. Yeah, so make sure you wear the proper gear. We got back to the opening of the canyon, and we sat down like 2 little toads on a log just to take in. There was this amazing breeze. The sun had come out. You could still hear the trickle of the water, and it was just really pretty. So we sat there and we kind of people watched too, because we wanted to see what these people were wearing when they came into the canyon, because it was honestly crazy what people decided to wear, their footwear, whatever choices they were making to come to this that they obviously didn't do any research about. It's not that difficult to research what you need to wear when you go somewhere. These people, oh my God. Anyway, we're sitting there and we're judging people's footwear. And it was so interesting to people watch. There was a man who was probably our age with a much younger woman, and she was acting like they had just started dating. She's like, babe, let me take a picture of you. I was like, oh, they've barely been together. This guy, he's trying to show out. And yeah, he was trying to show out like a fucking 12-year-old. This is what I don't like about people. So she goes on to take more pictures or whatever she's doing, and he gets up on this dirt mound and yanks down a giant piece of branch. I guess because he can. He drags it down to the middle of the canyon and he tries to break it in half. And he can't. He's not strong enough. and I think he noticed that we were there. I don't know. Sometimes when you're fat, you can be invisible and just watch people and make fun of them and they don't see you. But he couldn't do that, so he goes about his business. What did he do? He left the branch in the middle of the canyon instead of moving it back to where it went. I don't like when people unnecessarily fuck with shit in nature like that. Like, just leave it the fuck alone. You had no business pulling down a branch and trying to break it like you're fucking 12. You're a 40-something-year-old man with a 20-something-year-old woman. You need to think about things.
Yeah.
That don't involve trying to break that branch. Anyway, people are shit no matter where you go is my point. There's always some assholes. But whenever we travel, it's always that thing where I'm like, oh, people are way nicer and kinder than I thought they would ever be. But also there are assholes everywhere who fuck with shit when they shouldn't and ruin things for a lot of people. Both of those things can be, real at the same time. But the fun thing was when we took a bet. We were still sitting like toads on a log. And so there was a man who had no business wearing black socks with shorts. He was there with 4 children, various preteen, teenager sizes. I don't know what they are. And they're rambunctious as fuck. And I was like, oh, that one, the rambunctious, like, I don't know, he's probably 14. I was like, he's going to be soaking wet by the time he leaves this place. So we were trying to pick their fate, you know. Like the dad, his hair was gonna be even more rumpled. He was gonna look even more fucked up when he got out. That teenager, totally soaking wet when he got out. Well, after all of these children, then there comes a mom. And she's got on some cool leggings. She's got a hoodie tied around her waist and this fucking parka jacket. And just regular, like, running sneakers. Like she's going to yoga class or something. And she shoves her hands deep into the pockets. And I said, oh, she's one of those small women that's freezing already. And she's not going to last very long in this canyon. And she went up with the kids to where the water is. You have to cross some water for the first time. You can't walk around it. And I was like, okay, she's going to get past this. She's going to go around to where this canyon bends, just where we can't see anymore. And that's how far she's going to make it. She's going to be too cold. It's going to be too much for her. She can't do it. She doesn't have the proper footwear. And she's going to turn around and come back. So we sat there for a good 15, 20 minutes watching her children decide to not really slide down a tree branch backwards so they can try to get over this water. The tree branch lands right in the water. There's no getting around it. They're splashing around, yada, yada, yada. This woman, she stood there thinking about it. And then she had to yell at the dad and say that she's not going. She's not going at all. She didn't even try, you guys.
Yeah.
This canyon is gorgeous, and she didn't even try. And I was so disappointed in her. Because if I hadn't come prepared, I would have got wet.
Yeah.
I would have got wet to see that canyon. It was totally worth it.
Totally.
I would have come out soaked just to see that canyon. It was totally worth it.
Yeah.
So anyway, don't be like that lady. Try. But, hopefully before you go, research so you know what you're supposed to wear.
Yeah, like Amazon, I looked up, you can get disposable waterproof shoe covers. You can get a 60 pack. That's 30 pairs. $16.
Oh, man. See, if I knew that, I would have taken some with me and I would have sold them to people as we were going through the canyon.
Yeah. Easily could have got like $20 a pair.
Yeah, $20 a pair. You would make some money. I'm telling you.
Sure.
Everybody was jealous of us because their feet were wet. So anyway, lessons learned. Try, do it, get wet, wear the proper footwear, research ahead of time. Don't be a dick. I think we covered that. Do you have any more ooies?
We got maybe a couple show recommendations. On HBO Max, we've been watching Our Flag Means Death, which is like
Reese Darby
and Taika Waititi. They're a pirate, and it's just fun.
It's pretty silly, yeah. Sometimes I look at my phone and catch up with stuff while we're watching it. But some of it's pretty funny. Sometimes it's a little too stupid, like silly stupid for me. But it is fun, yeah.
And then watched another Harlan Coben series, the French one, Gone for Good.
Yeah, I don't know that I feel good recommending that, to be honest with you. I enjoy the Harlan Coben movies. It's, it's kind of some thriller, mystery fluff. Well, yeah, series, long movies, whatever you want to call it, segmented movies, whatever. I'm high. The Harlan Coben limited series on Netflix. Did I get it right that time? I've been enjoying them. They do have a way that they go. It's fun to guess from the first episode who's the bad guy who done it, because that person is always going to be in the first episode somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of the characters. And so far we've been pretty good at guessing, I think.
Yeah.
But this French one, you're supposed to buy that the main character is just really pure-hearted and good and gets on with the ladies. And this guy looks like Mark Zuckerberg. And I can't get past it. I can't get past this. He looks like a very exhausted Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he's got some bags on the eyes. He just always looks exhausted.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. It got more interesting. Like the first episode, we were wondering if we were going to continue watching it because nothing exciting had happened yet. There was no twist, and then finally some twists happened, and there was intrigue and excitement and more murder and all of that. But I don't know. It hasn't been my favorite. I think my favorite is still the one with
Yeah.
Michael C. Hall.
Safe.
Safe. That's the one. That's my favorite. That's the one with Michael C. Hall.
Yeah.
Dexter. Yeah, I like that one the best.
I think we still got one more left. I think we got the one from Poland, I believe.
Poland. Okay, I couldn't remember.
I think it's called The Woods, maybe. I mean, but you have one for sure, Ooooh TV series.
Outlander?
Correct.
Okay, I was like, we didn't discuss what we were going to talk about. Yeah, I mean, I'm loving season 6. I'm all caught up. Shit is going to go down, you guys. If you haven't read the books, I don't want to spill it for you because I could talk about what's going to happen because I have read all the books. But I won't spoil it. But shit is going to go down. And I'm wondering how they're going to play it out on screen versus what happens in the books. Because there's some very visual stuff that happens in the books, and I just don't see them doing that on the screen. And so I'm wondering how that's going to play out. But I'm telling you, you're finally getting a little bit of where this is going. And I don't think you're ready. That's all I'm going to say. I'm glad Jamie took his shirt off, and you're not ready. That's it. So I do have a no cap. I wrote it down, but I think I'm going to save it for later. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it quite yet. So we'll get to it in another mini episode, I think.
Nothing health, anything like that, so don't worry.
No. I'm cancer free. I'm good. Everything's fine on that tip.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it was just something that happened that was unpleasant. But again, I'll talk about it later. I've talked a lot today. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. We look forward to hearing from you. Chime in about anything that we've discussed. Do you have a favorite McDonald's abomination? Let us know. Do you hate when someone wallers on your bed in their day clothes? Or do you hate when someone lays down when you know they have to get up? Oh my God. Anything else on fanny packs? We kind of wrapped that up, but if you got something else you want to share, I'm all for it. And what shows are you watching? What trips are you taking? Where would you like to go on a vacation? Where's your favorite vacation place? I want to hear your favorite places. Yeah. Send all the information in. I want to know everything about you.
And of course, if you got any hates that you want us to go on about, send them over.
Yeah, so you have a separate email for that, don't you?
Yeah, you can send it to hate mail at HaileyHatesEverything.com.
Okay, and that's if you just want Sean to see it, so I'm surprised. All right, otherwise, we do have our regular email, HaileyHatesEverything@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram. You can leave us a voicemail. I think it has to be like a minute, under 2 minutes or something. I don't have control over that, but we would love to hear from you. Well, we will see you next time in a couple of weeks with a regular old thing where I start hating on something that Sean provides. We hate to see you go, but we will see you next time. I sound really crazy in my head. Really very crazy.
We'll
Bye-bye.
Bye.